Welcome everybody to another Car Pass update. So once again we have 4 new cars added to the game, starting from the 3rd of March, and yeah, going to run through most of March as well, in fact. And the first of those is going to be the 1986 Ford Mustang SVO. Now this is going to be the first ever Mustang we've had on a Forza game that isn't powered by a V8 engine, and it's powered by a 2.3 litre inline-4 turbo, which is going to be really interesting to drive. I do love my V8 Mustangs, but considering this was the first ever performance-orientated version of a Mustang not to have a V8 engine, it should be interesting to drive. And as you can see, it only weighs just over £3,000. Has a tasty 200 horsepower and 240 pounds-feet of torque, and the stats look fairly decent. Obviously the braking isn't going to be great from a mid-80s car, especially from America, but yes, it's going to be hopefully enjoyable to drive, and I think it looks pretty damn good in the all black, paint job, and the painted black wheels as well. So yeah, really looking forward to driving that, and especially since it's the first new 80s car that we've had on this game so far, outside of the DMC DeLorean, which, though that was a returnee to the Forza series, not a new one. So really looking forward to it. We don't get enough 80s cars on Forza games, quite frankly, so yeah, really glad to see this make a debut entry onto the Forza series. So then we have the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro from 2020. This is going to be on the 10th of March, and yeah, it's the first Toyota pickup that we've had on a Forza game. Right in saying that. And yeah, even though we have had Toyota off-road vehicles before, the likes of the FJ40 for instance, the only really new ones that we've had have been the Arctic trucks versions of Toyota trucks. So yeah, to have a a standard Toyota vehicle is all good as far as I'm concerned, especially when it's got 381 horsepower and 401 pounds-feet of torque. Pretty sure that's a V8 engine, 5.6, nearly 5.7 litres. But yeah, weighs a hell of a lot, but it should hopefully be a good rival to the American pickup trucks that we have on this game. And we also have the Forerunner TRD Pro from 2019 that is coming alongside this via the festival playlist. So yeah, that should be really good to drive. And then we have the Noble M400 from 2006. Now this is more of a track car, but also a kind of a road car as well. But yeah, 425 horsepower from its 3 litre turbocharged, I think twin turbocharged V6 engine, which has been nicked from a Ford Mondeo, the V6 engine that is, not the turbochargers. And yeah, 425 horsepower and something that weighs as little as that is pretty damn good. And yeah, as you can see by the stats, despite being a 16-year-old car now, the handling and the braking are pretty good, the acceleration is decent, and the top speed ain't half bad either, considering it's got a big rear spoiler. And yeah, this is only the second ever Noble we've had on a Forza game. The M600 has been the long-standing Noble. It's only been in pretty much every Forza game. I think the only one it wasn't in was in Forza Motorsport 5. So yeah, well, and obviously every other game before it was actually released. But still, that's several games, and yeah, been a great big hole in the Forza franchise, really, to not have more Nobles. And yeah, I'm really glad we've got this version in. So yeah, and the M600 is actually making a return to the Forza series in the festival playlist as well. So you get 2 Nobles in the same month, which is fine by me. And finally, we have the Ferrari number 25 Corsa Cliente 488 Challenge from 2017. Now, granted, I'm not a massive fan of pure track cars, especially cars that have been made purely for racing as well, which is the case for this. So yeah, not the biggest of fan of these kind of vehicles, but no doubt that it's going to be a fast one with 661 horsepower, a little over 3,200 pounds in weight. And yeah, as you can see by the handling, the braking, the launch and the acceleration, it's all really rather good. And yeah, I'm sure it'll be fun to drive around on the Mexico circuit out there. But yeah, I'm not, like I said, the biggest fan of race cars, so yeah. But to be honest, it's at least mixing it up a little bit in terms of the car pass, and to be honest, 3 out of 4 cars isn't half bad in terms of new cars to the series, quite frankly. So yeah, and got quite a wide variety of vehicles as well. Got a mid-80s muscle car / sports car in the form of the Ford. Then we've got a big pickup truck in the form of the Toyota, a road car come track car from the Noble, and then a full-blown track car in the form of the Ferrari. So yeah, nice variety there. not quite as well. I'd say it's slightly better than last month's 4 cars, purely because only really the Mazda and the MG were the big hitters there, although the Porsche was a nice returnee. And yeah, but can't quite compete with the some of the previous entries into the car pass, but still 3 out of 4 ain't bad. And yeah, really looking forward to the Mustang, which is definitely going to be my car of the month. So yeah, even including the new cars that are coming via the festival playlist, because yeah, we have not only the Toyota, but we also have the Nissan GT-R Nismo from 2020, and we have, returning to the Forza franchise, the KTM Expo GT4. So yeah, that should be a decent car as well, but again, it's more of a track focused vehicle. And yeah, so yeah, overall it's looking like a solid month. At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars to look forward to. So yeah, not including obviously any other cars that are going to be added. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you have been enjoying the car pass yourself. If you still haven't got it, then I do highly recommend getting it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.